can tell you a little bit about myself. I am medical intuitive. I call the work that I do body scan. My process is where I basically look at it where I'm dialing the phone number of your body, if you will. And then I pull up a holographic image or a 3D image of the body. I see the blood, organs, I go through brain tissue. It's quite an extensive process. Get my jets fired up. So I'm going to dial your body's phone number, and I'm going to pace back and forth just for a couple seconds. So I kind of put my puzzle pieces on one side of the table, and then I'm going to have a seat and we'll go through it together, okay? So 2 seconds. Okay, jets are turning just enough to do my thing here. So, and this may be probably the bigger issue than all of it. When I go behind the scenes of the eyes, okay, the eyes do overwork themselves, where it seems like the right is trying to overcompensate for the left.
It does.
And my question is that because I see a little bit of the lack of blood flow and the lack of the lower valve of the heart takes in oxygen, the upper valve deoxygenizes the blood, okay? And so that process seems to work quite perfectly until we get to the eyes. And my question is, do we have issues with eyes, or am I just kind of throwing it out
I
there?
have macular degeneration.
In your nervous system, it looks to me like you've got kind of like where the Christmas tree blinks on and off, okay? And so it's gonna bring brighter here, and it's gonna go duller here, brighter here, duller here. And I'm almost kind of looking at it in the sense of where it looks almost similar to what an infection or what a virus or something attacking that nervous system would look like. Spine does take a bit of a bend, okay? And it seems like the spacing in between each spinal cord seems to be a little bit on
That's exactly right. I have spinal stenosis,
Oh.
which is a narrowing of the spinal column, and it causes everything you're talking about.
Okay, so okay, perfect. There's some good news here that I see, okay? And I'm being honest, I shoot from the hip. And I want you to please know that when I work with people, sometimes I have to say, look, I'm so sorry, but I don't know what to do.
And I was prepared for that, so that's
And
okay.
if the Jetsons come and show me some new age thing that I'm not aware of, by all means, I'm right there with you, okay? But off the bat, something that's very impressive to me about your system. The way your white blood cells and red blood cells reproduce at a rapid rate, for one. For two, your spinal cord fluid is extremely clean, unlike anything I've ever seen, okay? Which tells me that your body can regenerate at a specific pace. The trick, though, is to get your nervous system to get just a small sip, a small taste of what that spinal cord fluid is able to do. And that's going to allow it to spread out to the rest. But it's like a virus or an infection I see within the nervous system. And if we can nip that in the bud, the problem is your body is almost suffocating the spinal cord because it feels it's protecting the spinal cord from the virus in the nervous system. I know it sounds out there, okay? And sometimes it's very difficult for people to go, well, it's impossible because the doctor said this. And I'm like, but it's what I see, and I have to stick with my guns no matter what,
Absolutely,
you know? So again, after there are some things I would really like to suggest to you. Watch how the heart feeds the brain, okay? There's certain areas of the brain where I feel have been cut off from a lack of oxygen at some point in their life. Which tells me stroke. You've had to have a stroke.
Yes.
You have suffered from a stroke for most of you, okay? other thing to it here is, it doesn't seem like the body is absorbing fully everything that you put into it, vitamins and minerals wise. It seems
I
like
get
the
that too.
body just isn't absorbing what you're eating and doing and pulling it into the bloodstream. And then the also thing that I see is that when I go to your right kidney, I'm seeing a collection of calcium and iron that gets built up there, which is telling me that when calcium enters your body, it looks like a square peg. And when it doesn't get hammered into that bone, it's supposed to be a round peg. So it's almost like the bone rejects the calcium and your body has to find a place to dump it. And it seems to me that it's finding that kidney, the right kidney. And thank you, everybody. Truly, it's a lot of